Chinese National Defense Minister Li Shangfu has been missing for weeks. Now, he is under investigation for corruption and unemployed. This is a recent trend. Many other government officials were also removed from public view and fired. This pattern of anti-corruption purges is nothing new for Chinese President Xi Jinping, who has made rooting out widespread corruption, especially in the military, a hallmark of his tenure. But it shows that despite his best efforts, such abuses still occur at some of highest and most visible levels of the People's Liberation Army, potentially hindering ambitions to modernize force. Li's tenure was extremely short. He was appointed to his post in March this year and disappeared from public view shortly after. Two officials from the PLAS rocket force were also replaced in July this year. China's political machinations are extremely opaque and are often compared to a black box, which has become even more violent under Chinese President Xi Jinping. The Financial Times and Wall Street Journal first reported Li's dismissal on Friday, citing U.S. officials as the source of the information. The Chinese government's reluctance to address the disappearances dismissals of many senior officials in recent months has only fueled speculation and rumors both within China and internationally. As defense minister, Li did not oversee combat or any military operations. Instead, he played a diplomatic role by contacting his counterparts abroad or, in the U.S. case, refusing to answer phone calls from Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, following the controversy in February over Chinese balloons drifting over U.S. territory. Li is just the latest in a series of military firings before assuming post-defense minister. Li, 65, was head of Equipment Development Department Central Military Commission, body that oversees PLA. Trained as an aerospace engineer, Li, as ED's chairman, would oversee all purchasing of equipment and infrastructure at the branches. In July, Bloomberg reported that Li's former department was under investigation for a series of corruption issues, including leaking information about projects and army units dating back to 2017, which overlapped with Li's tenure as ED chief. It is not yet clear whether the two are directly connected, and they may never be, but they are somewhat related, as Xi has made fighting corruption a hallmark of his career. In recent years, he has particularly targeted PLA, where corruption is name of game. As Roderick Li, research director at Air University's China Aerospace Research Institute, told Vox in an interview. Disclaimer: although Li is an employee of the U.S. Department of Defense, he shared his own views and analysis with Vox and does not speak on behalf of the Department of Defense. Corruption was actually name of the game in PLA before Xi launched his anti-corruption operation in 2014. Corruption occurs in two main areas: the procurement of contracts and promotions. Actually, only way to move